Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a question for you. Can you make a difference in something like climate change? Or can you personally align with something so big? I believe so. In this time of current climate crisis, I am inspired to reach for audacious goals through intention, artistic insight, community relations, and political action. My name is Sophia McCoy. I am a social artist. This video is part of a series called Feeling a Path to What You Stand For. Today's stand for is policies for clean energy and reduced fossil fuels. In 2012, I had a brush with history and taking a stand for clean energy when I joined the board for Partners for Sustainable Schools. The president of this emerging board was high school student Kelsey Juliana. Kelsey had to soon leave the board because she was so busy filing a suit against the government for allowing actions that harmed our climate and generations of future children. That suit calls for reducing carbon dioxide producing emissions. And now the suit is called Juliana versus the United States. Talk about one person joining with many others to make a difference. In this video, we will begin with some science to get our grounding. And then I will offer an intention about climate change. And finally, as a movement artist, I will move the intention about climate change to illustrate how I might find my personal alignment with the attention. So we have some science, an intention, and art. We will begin with a definition of climate change and 5 concepts of science. Before I talk about the science, I'd like us to bring in more oxygen into our own body systems by taking a deep breath in and exhaling. I do this to release tension so that we might give better attention to the science. So now we're ready for this definition. Climate change is the many changes that will occur when we have increases in temperature and greenhouse gases. The following 5 scientific concepts from Jeffrey Keel's Facing Climate Change explain why we need to reduce fossil fuels. Number 1, the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing. The carbon dioxide has increased 43% since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. How do we know this? Because we can collect ice cores and date them. These ice cores have bubbles in them, and we can study the carbon dioxide in them. To me, this is amazing. Secondly, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is caused by fossil fuels. The atoms from burning fossil fuels are lighter. They have fewer protons and neutrons, so they are different when they're measured from, say, volcanic carbon, which is a heavier atom. Number 3, carbon dioxide is an efficient greenhouse gas. Even in the 1860s, John Tyndall realized that carbon dioxide trapped the infrared heat that the earth naturally emits. And it's like blowing into your hot air into a balloon. The hot air doesn't just go out into outer space, it stays around the earth like a balloon. And number 4, this trapping of energy by the carbon dioxide heats up our climate system. For example, the oceans hold a lot of heat. And finally, number 5, the doubling and tripling of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere by the year 2100 will have reached the same level that we had 35 million years ago. This is not insignificant. At that time, there were no polar ice caps. The ocean levels were higher. Today, we have a brighter sun. So this is not business as usual. Not only do we need to reduce fossil fuels, we need policies that support clean energy. In the book Drawdown, the most comprehensive plan ever proposed to reverse global warming, 200 scientists and researchers came to this conclusion. The era of fossil fuels is over. Now the only question is, when will the new era be upon us? Economics makes this inevitable. Clean energy is less expensive. With these thoughts in mind, I have created an intention. My intention is this: to implement policies that withdraw investment from fossil fuels. Instead, invest in policies for clean energy from earth heat, wind, sea power, for example. We have the power. I have another question for you. How do you personally feel about clean energy policies? You may have different beliefs from the ones that I hold. Nonetheless, you can bring greater clarity to your own beliefs by heeding the intelligence of your body. So watch and discover. There is nothing more personal than the body and the way it expresses. As a movement artist, I can demonstrate how a human can feel and express in relation to something like a political policy. This is probably a new concept for you. It certainly has been for me. What makes it possible is having an intention. Today, I'm simply here to demonstrate an example. If you'd like to learn more about how I work, you can look at my website at movingintentions.com. We are now going to get ready to watch the movement. And to do so, it helps for you to become more aware of your own body. So I have a couple of exercises, and if you'd like to join me, please do. So first, just tense up my arms, and my shoulders, and my hands, and my face, and my legs, and hold it, and relax. One more time. Tense all parts of your body in and out, and relax. And take in 3 deep breaths, maybe just one breath. So we are now ready to begin, and I will change my state of concentration. My intention is to implement policies that withdraw investment in carbon-producing fossil fuels. Invest instead in clean technologies with wind and sea and earth heat, for example. We have the power. Same old, same old, same old, same old. I don't want to change. It stinks. I don't want to change. It stinks. I don't want to change. It stinks. Blah. 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 Don't you tell me what to do. Just get out of my life now. We cannot wait any longer. So much is coming forward for us on our behalf. This momentum is ours to follow. And if we want to know the tempo to follow, just listen. 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 Listen to yourself. To yourself. In nature, around nature, even the tiniest plant has the wisdom of the universe. It is not ours to judge, but to enjoy. This is a time of opening. While strengthening our purpose. The balancing power of nature is our ally, not our enemy. Peace be with you. So after viewing this movement, did you feel any body sensations? Was it tight any place, or and where and when? What was happening in the movement? Was your breath quick or deep? There's no right or wrong. This is just information, and this is an opportunity for you to become aware of how your body responds to certain things. So I just want to thank you for joining me in this path to feeling what you stand for. I hope you have some feelings, even if it's frustration or curiosity or sadness or hopefulness. Becoming aware of these things is part of the journey to feeling a path to what you stand for.